Okay, this needs to stop here and now. I see runners at the gym all the time doing their core work, where they're doing abdominal crunches, perhaps they're doing things like a Russian twist, perhaps they're doing exercises. I mean, don't get me started on things like butterfly sit-ups, CrossFit style. It's just not worth it. You're more likely to hurt yourself. If you've got any history of low back pain, definitely avoid those anyway. But realistically, what I'm talking about is, as runners, the fact that all those exercises are training something that we get for free anyway. It's a waste of time. So we're training particularly those six-pack muscles, those rectus abdominal muscles. Realistically, when we're sitting up, how often do we actually do that day in, day out? We kind of perhaps sitting up in bed, maybe. But other than that, as we're walking around, we're running around. If we want to flex forwards with our torso, gravity's got us covered. Okay, gravity allows that movement without us having to really work for it at all. In fact, all we have to do is control that movement with the muscles of our lower back and our core. Now, as runners, the big thing in running gait is that as we're running, we actually have to control the rotation and extension, not flexion, as those sit-up variations are focusing on. It's the extension and rotation that loads up what we refer to as the anterior oblique sling here. And it's that extension rotation that, having loaded this anterior oblique sling, this kind of big, think of it as a big rubber band across the front of your body, that then allows us to ping through onto the next stride with that kind of stored energy being released. One oblique, other oblique, one diagonal, other diagonal, stride by stride. How we train that is not the nonsense I was doing down there. How we do that is through various different extension control exercises. So extension control exercises can start really sort of static, things like your static plank, which if you've seen the video I did on the static plank, you'll understand that I really don't like that as an exercise in itself, whether we're doing straight arm plank or forearm plank. This static movement is very, it's too static for my liking. What we can do is throw some dynamic movement in there and add a little bit of asymmetry. By adding asymmetry, we're adding rotation into the system, but what we're doing the whole way through is we're training ourselves not to fall into this extended, uncontrolled pattern. By getting good at using those abdominals to control extension, it means that as we hop up, we're going to be stronger to resist the extension and rotation that we get during running gait. Now, how can we take that a step further? Well, we can do things like our Bulletproof press type exercise to control rotation. So perhaps a lunge with a Bulletproof press. That helps us to control that rotation nicely. Again, training our abdominals. We could even do things, if we want to think about extension control, like ball slams. So from here, so we're coming up, we're controlling that extension. And at the top there, we have to decelerate the ball coming up. And then we add the acceleration, throwing the ball into the ground. So we're here, up, control it, and down. Up, control it, and down. It's the control there, rather than overextension, that teaches us to be powerful through our core in an extension control kind of a way. You want to know what I really think about planks? Check out the video right over there. I'll see you over there.